What's up, guys? It's Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to talk about how you wide receivers can get more separation with your routes. Let's get started. All right, guys, so the main focus of today is going to be, we're going to be talking about how we should be running out of this break and making a snap down break, okay? So a lot of you guys have probably been taught, and it's a common thing when you get up to a break, like let's say we're running a dig or we're running a curl, to do this, run my hands, run my feet, or they call it beating the drum, okay? Now, in my opinion, that is completely slow, and I want to use the snap down method to get in and out of the route. And everybody loves to talk about this method, but how do they actually teach it, and how do we get more separation at the top of the route? Because at the end of the day, it's a race, guys, okay? It's a race with us and the DB. Who's going to get out of the break faster? And I think if we do this snap down method properly, we're going to be able to run out of this break and actually get some separation at the top, okay? Because we're going to be selling this fade. We're going to be going full speed here. We're going to be driving, looking over his outside shoulder, his inside shoulder, whatever it may be, selling this fade, going full speed. And when we drop our weight here and we snap down, like let's say we're running a dig and we're just going 1, 2, and we're trying to get out of this thing back across the field. When we go 1, 2, if we just kind of stop and then come up and we're real slow, he's going to make this break much faster than we will, guys, and that's how he's going to be able to break up this ball, okay? We need to be running out of this break, okay? So when we do actually snap down, the first step here, my second step is this gather step, or not, I shouldn't say a gather step, but it's this preceding step that's going to push us and to propel us into this energy lane that I like to call it, okay, guys? So let's say we're running a 10-yard dig, right? And this is the 10-yard line, and we go 1, 2 here off of this outside leg. We need to be pushing off of here and exploding out of this break, okay? When we snap down, it should be like we're snapping down and there's a guy right here and you're just tagging him, like it's almost like a relay race. He's at the top of the break like this. When we snap down, you tag him and he takes off running, if that makes sense, okay? But we need to be able to just stop right on a dime, get in and out of this break, okay? That's the key to making any separation at any kind of route, is being able to stop on a dime and explode out of the break, because it's a race. It's a race between us and the DB. Who's going to get out of this break faster? And if we snap down and we accelerate out of this break, we're going to get out of this thing much faster. All right, guys, so before we get into some drills that are going to help us run out of these breaks much faster and get more separation, we're going to talk about our foot placement and actual technique of the snap down, okay? So when we snap down, when we're working on stopping right on a dime, we need to be violent with our hips, okay? We need to be coming into this route, we need to be violent here and snap down, be aggressive with my hips, because that's how I'm going to explode, guys, okay? If I'm nice and slow with these hips, or I'm bending at the waist and I'm slow, I'm going to be slow out of the break. I need to be violent with my hips, and I need to run out of this break to accelerate out. So now we're going to talk a little bit about foot placement, okay? So we're going to be focusing on a curl first, and then we're going to get into this dig. So when we snap down, I like going with the outside leg first anytime it's a curl or a comeback, because we have those 2 extra steps to propel us down in this 45-degree angle. So when we're coming here, and let's say I'm snapping down, right? I'm snapping down with the right. A lot of guys will go here, here, 4, 5, and they'll be coming out of this thing, okay? And that's the mistake that everybody makes, because all these coaches teach the snap down. They teach the first step, but they don't teach how to get out of this break and how we need to run and create separation at the top of this thing. So that's what these next 2 steps, it should be 3 steps. It should be 2 to 3 steps on any kind of snap down break, because we want to get in and get out. Who's going to get out of the break faster, guys? Us or the DB? So when we come here, we snap down with the right, 2, 3, need to be getting us on this 45-degree angle. We're violent with my hips. These 2, 3 steps are getting me back downhill, turning my hips. I'm snapping my head around fast, and then I'm getting out of this break. Okay, guys? And now, on the initial snap down step, the reason how we could do this and we won't end up getting stuck at the top or swinging this leg around is, like I said, violent with my hips, but I want to get my chin to my knee. So when I snap down here, I want to get my chin to my knee, 2, 3, and I'm exploding out. I'm pushing off of this outside leg. I'm getting back downhill on this 45-degree angle, okay? So now let's say we're working a dig, right? So when we're working a dig, it's kind of the same thing, except it's the inside leg first. I like trying to get digs on 2 steps, and I'm going to show you a drill that's going to work that in a second. So when we're coming here, we're going to be snapping down with this inside leg. Like I said, violent hips, getting my chin to my knee here. Now, the second step is going to be here. It's just right after this first one, and I'm pushing off of this inside arch right into the middle so I could explode out, okay? I think a dig's probably the easiest one to snap down on, because we could just go right off of this outside leg. But if we don't have violent hips and we're not coming down here and dropping and going 2, exploding, we're not going to be able to accelerate out of this thing, and this DB's going to be able to catch up. Now, what a lot of guys will do is they'll be here and they'll push off the middle of this foot. You don't have any weight on the outside of this foot, and that's how you end up coming up right here. It's much like a pitcher when they're pushing off of the rubber on like a mound. They're pushing off this inside arch to get as much force as they can to the catcher. Same thing when we're running routes. I want to be here pushing off this inside arch so I could explode out into this route. I'm gonna show you a couple drills to work that, but that's the technique of the snap down method that we need to do so we get the most separation at the top of our routes. All right, guys, this first drill we're gonna be working, you need about 8 cones. If you don't have 8 cones, you can do about 6 cones, okay? Just spread them out a little bit wider. You could do some hurdles around on this long strip to work this, but this is our energy lane right here that we're talking about. This is how we're gonna get separation from this DB, like if we're working a dig route, okay? Because we can't just run this dig route. We can't have this great snap down first step, which is what all these coaches are teaching, and then come here and then pop up and just expect this ball right now. We have to accelerate out of this thing. We have to run out of the break because that's how we're gonna get separation. It's a race to that ball. Who's gonna get there first? And if we're exploding out of this break, that's what I wanna do. So it's gonna be 2 steps, and you're gonna be working 4 sets each side. So we're gonna be here, right down this energy lane. So we're taking 2 steps. You're gonna start with your left leg first. You're going right, left, and we're gonna be exploding, running out all the way through this thing, okay, guys? So you're taking 2 aggressive steps. You're being violent with my hips. I'm going 1, 2, fast, exploding off this inside arch, and I'm running all the way through these cones, making sure I'm accelerating out of this break. I'm pumping my arms, and I'm driving out of this thing. Then we're gonna switch to the other side, of course. Then we're gonna have our right leg up, then we're gonna go left, right, and then we're gonna run out of this thing. I'm gonna show you how this thing's gonna look full speed. What this is working on is getting separation at the top of this dig route and running out of the break. All right, guys, so this next drill is going to help you in a game time situation. It's not a complicated drill. It's not all these freaking obstacle course drills. This is a very simple drill to work your curl break, to work this 45-degree angle break, curl comeback break, coming downhill. This is like our energy lane right here where we're running out of this break, getting the proper foot placement on our snap down, running out of this thing, getting separation at the top. Because if we don't run out, we're not gonna get any separation. So we're gonna be here. You're gonna have 2 cones set up, then you're gonna have 3 hurdles on each side, creating this lane for you at about a 45-degree angle. But you could do this with also cones, or you could get a little piece of string, or you could just work this with some yard lines if you angle it properly, okay? But we're gonna be working this 3-step snap down here. So we're gonna be here. Left leg's gonna be up first. Be in our nice receiver stance. We're gonna snap down, violent hips, get my chin to my knee. Then we're gonna go 2, 3, and the 2, 3 on the snap down, angle my hips. I snap my head back around so I'm coming right down on this 45-degree angle, okay? Those second 2 steps, nobody ever talks about those 2 steps. Those are the most important steps to get me coming back downhill because it angles my hips and it gets me in and out of this break fast. What a lot of you guys will do is you'll go here. The first step will be great. And then you're 2, 3 like this going straight forward. And then you gotta have this big open up thing, this leg swings around, and we're slow. DB's gonna be able to tell on that, and he's gonna be breaking down fast on this thing if he's a good DB. Or you just take another extra 2 steps and you take 5 steps rather than 3 steps. You wanna be 1, 2, 3, angle you back down at this 45-degree angle so we could run out of this thing. Now, when we come out of this thing 2, 3, I wanna make sure we run all the way out of this thing to ensure the fact that we're running out of this break, we're getting separation from this guy, and we're exploding at the top of the route. I'm gonna show you how this thing's gonna look full speed. You wanna work 4 sets snapping down with the right leg first, and then 4 sets where you flip these hurdles on the opposite side and you go the other way. All right, guys, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Please leave in the comments any questions or concerns you guys have. That would really mean a lot to me. And please subscribe to this channel. That would also really mean a lot to me. I'll see you guys next time.